Hi, my name is Sirri. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you are new. So today I'm going to be filming a review for you guys, and I'm going to be reviewing the Guerlain Lingerie De Peau foundation. For some background on this product, this foundation retails for $63. It claims to be full coverage but have a natural finish. It also claims to have a light buildable formula. It is made for normal to dry skin. It contains SPF 20, and then it also claims to have several different fibers integrated into the foundation. One of the fibers being natural silk fibers, which is supposed to provide comfort and a radiant look. Another being ultra mattifying natural linen fibers, which are supposed to refine the look of skin texture and provide a velvety soft feel. And then finally, this foundation is supposed to contain stretch fibers, which provide a smoothing and shaping effect. Now I can stop being a robot. I've been wearing this foundation for a couple weeks, so this won't be a first impressions. This will be just a full-on review. This is what the foundation looks like. I think it looks so beautiful, and part of the price point is definitely the Guerlain name and the packaging. And then this foundation also comes with a pump, which is always appreciated. To apply my foundations, I always use a glass palette, so that's what I'm going to be doing today, just so that I don't have to put it on the back of my hands. Gross. Before I put this foundation on, I just want to tell you what's on my face now. So I have a gel moisturizer on, and then I have SPF on. So for foundations, I usually use 2 pumps, and the same goes for this one. This foundation is a super watery consistency. It is super liquidy. Be careful because it might drip. I'm going to show you guys. Okay, we're gonna have to pin the hair. I personally like to use a brush when applying this foundation because I feel like it's so liquidy that a sponge would absorb most of the product. And also, I usually use a brush anyway. Look at the coverage, guys. This foundation is an experience. The way it just blends onto your skin so effortlessly, like you don't have to do any work. And by the way, this is a shade 5W for reference. So this is what one pump looks like, and I still have quite a bit left on my palette, so I can actually start to go on this side of the face while still using one pump. So now I'm going to go in with a second pump. Sometimes I feel like some foundations are supposed to be full coverage, but they're so hard to blend that when I finally blend in the foundation into my skin, I start to wipe away the coverage. Or they're full coverage, but they don't set at all. So what winds up happening is when I apply products on top, they start to move around the foundation and it shears out, but that doesn't happen with this one. Some areas of my face I don't care to cover completely, like my forehead. So Guerlain describes this foundation as a natural finish, and I would definitely agree. It's a very comfortable matte, but it doesn't feel like a matte foundation. This foundation is a little dark for me. The shade 5W is a little bit red for me. I'm gonna try to neutralize this out with my concealer, but I do like the depth that it has. I do like that it doesn't look gray because I'd rather it look a little bit red, and I can correct that, than it look gray, because once it looks gray, there's no fixing that. But as you can see, my skin is a little bit more golden, and this is definitely red. So I'm going to add a little bit of concealer. This is the Laura Mercier concealer in the shade 4N. I wanted to keep everything else kind of the same for the base, so you guys can kind of see how it wears with all of my normal products. While we're waiting, I'm gonna do my brows. I hate this product so much. It's not bad, but it's not good. I guess it is bad because it's not good. Could have sworn I liked this product, the e.l.f. brow gel. I bought this one time and I could have sworn I liked it. And I don't know if it's from trying other brow gels, if this just feels very inferior to that, but it is very much inferior. Something that's probably worth mentioning that I didn't mention in the beginning is that this does have a fragrance. I feel like when you get into luxury products, it's just better to assume that everything has a fragrance. Also, this product does have SPF in it, but when foundations have SPF in it, that means you have to use like a lot of it for it to like really work. So I like that it has SPF in it because it gives extra coverage to the sunscreen I already put on. But wearing this by itself probably isn't enough. I'm just going to set my face with the Laura Mercier translucent powder. That concealer, great. As for setting the rest of my face, this foundation sits pretty well on its own, so setting it is kind of optional. If I'm just like sitting around the house, I don't necessarily have to set this, which is really nice. However, if you do want your foundation to be long wearing, I would recommend to just do a light powder, nothing too crazy. As you guys can see, I'm like barely powdering my face. And while I'm applying the powder, my foundation does not move at all, which I love. So next I'm going to apply bronzer. Since this foundation is already darker than the rest of my body, I don't really have much to bronze. So I'm really just going to focus this on the edges of my face. Also, I don't know if you guys noticed, I switched up all of my brushes and I now use all of my brushes for completely different things. One day I decided to just try switching my brushes and then I wound up switching like all of my face brushes. So next I'm going to apply blush. This is my favorite blush right now, the Guerlain blush in Crazy Bouquet. Just to look at this, like I'm going to set my face before I go in with blush because my face is like powdery now and I like to do my blush on tacky skin. So I'm going to set my face with this NYX Dewy Finish and I let it soak in for a little bit. And while that's setting, I'm going to move on to my brows once again. I do my makeup so out of order. So now I'm going to go in with the blush and just apply it on the high points of my face. So next I'm going to do what I always do and just bring back a little bit of color to my nose. Does it contour my nose? Sure, I guess. I don't know. I just don't like how light it looks. So since this is just a foundation review, I'm actually going to do my eyes, my lips off camera, and then I'll come back and show you the final look. I am back with the final look. And then to try to even out my body a little bit more, a life hack, I took the Anastasia bronzer that I used on my face and I just applied it onto my body with a brush and it looks like an actual tan. Like no one would ever guess this is makeup. Like it looks so realistic and it's so much easier to apply than like a cream or liquid product. So if you guys haven't watched my last video, I'm currently doing a lip vault for this month, which means I can only use certain lip products this month. So today I decided to use the Revlon Glass Shine lipstick in Nude Illuminator, which once again is this cute little balmy lipstick. I'm actually not wearing a lip liner. I just went lighter on the top lip and then went a little heavier on the bottom lip. The foundation and everything is kind of starting to set in, which I like. I personally like my makeup when it's a little bit more lived in. I don't like when it's super fresh, especially when I set it with powder. I like when my makeup's a little bit dewy, a little bit oily. I feel like it's starting to get there. Everything's starting to like mesh together. It looks a lot better than it did couple minutes ago. My groceries were just delivered, so I'm gonna go downstairs and make some lunch and I'll check back in with you guys in a couple hours. Also, for reference, it is currently 11:22. Is that an acceptable time to eat lunch? I didn't eat breakfast, but I feel like this is like not an acceptable time to eat breakfast, so I feel like I should just, you know, move straight to lunch. I mean, I actually have to cook today, so like by the time I cook it and eat it, it'll be like noon. So like, I feel like it's okay. I'm gonna just make myself some lunch, probably start to edit this video, online shop, and I'll be back in a couple hours. I was gonna go outside so that this could like really get some wear and tear, but there are people working on my house outside and like I feel very awkward just doing that, so that'll be a no. They usually leave about mid-afternoon, so maybe I'll actually go outside once they leave and like take my dog out for a walk or something to just try to get more wear into the foundation so you guys can see what it really looks like, because I mean sitting in an air-conditioned house doesn't really show anything. So yeah. Hey guys, so it is 3:20, so 3:21 now. So I've been wearing this foundation for about 4 hours and it is holding up excelente. As you can see, it's not breaking up. There's no oils peeking through. Hey guys, so it is currently 6:42. I have worn this makeup for what, 7.5 hours. So today it was 93 degrees, so this makeup definitely has been through it, and this is what we're left with. I have dry combination skin, so my T-zone does get really oily. I will say my nose is holding up really well. Sometimes my nose is like a puddle of oil if I do not properly set it, and I didn't even set my nose that well, and it still looks pretty good. Also, I ate food that had olive oil in it, so around my mouth area is worn off, but that's why. My nose is shiny, but it's not this is like the normal shiny. If I don't set my nose with enough powder, it does get like this. Honestly, if I don't want this to happen to my nose, I have to like bake my nose, and I never do that, so I usually get this. But if you look everywhere else, this is wearing beautifully. Like, it's still matte, which is insane. Everything is holding up so nicely. So I'm just gonna give you guys a few of my final thoughts. I think this is a beautiful foundation. I personally love using it during the daytime because I feel like it is so light and breathable and wears really well. I think this foundation is perfect for everyday wear because you can just apply it really quickly. As you guys saw, it's a very liquidy formula and it's really easy to blend all over the face, so you could quickly put this on and run out the door. I just love how radiant this foundation looks. All of my studio lights do not do this foundation justice, but if you look in my luxury makeup haul, I was actually wearing this foundation. So if you want to see this foundation in more natural lighting, I only have one light on in that video, then go look at that video. You'll be able to see how radiant and glowy and beautiful it looks. Even though I've been wearing this makeup all day, this makeup does not feel heavy at all. Like, I don't feel like I'm wearing a greasy mess, which I should feel that way because it's 93 degrees out today. I mean, you could easily touch it up. I usually would take a beauty blender on my nose, and this is how I know if the foundation's good or not, because I can use a sponge on my nose and my makeup will not break up or move, and boom, my makeup looks brand spanking new. And that's like the ultimate test for if a foundation is really good or not. Oils naturally break up makeup, so the fact that my foundation did not break up with all of that oil and it still looks like I just put it on, I'm sold. So in conclusion, I definitely recommend this foundation if you're looking for a luxury foundation that's very light on the skin. I also recommend this for people who have acne scarring like me or hyperpigmentation. This foundation covers any dark spots or hyperpigmentation easily without being super thick, which I really do appreciate, especially for an everyday look. Also, while I was oily, I took a bunch of pictures on my camera with flash, and if your makeup looks oily, your camera will be the first to snitch on you. The only thing I did is I applied more blush later on, but everything else I did not touch. I did not add any powder. I did not add any setting spray or anything. So that is all for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I know I enjoyed filming it. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, my loves. Day, night, night and day. All I've got to say is it's about sugar,